Alrighty, let's get started. So, we're gonna review the last map of Shanghai versus Chengdu, and Shanghai kind of rolled this map, so we'll see, why this happened. And it's a Winston versus Zarya. I think the Zarya is a bit stronger just because it has counterplay to this comp. Well, this comp, if the Zarya team's playing perfectly, is gonna struggle, but that doesn't mean it's impossible to win on the Winston comp, and has happened many, many times. So, the Zarya comp, once teams started to get used to it, actually has pretty good results, but we'll see what happens here. And it's honestly kind of map dependent. So we see Fleta on the flank, and this will be the deciding factor. Chengdu, they have to care about Fleta. They have to. Even if Leave has to divert himself from main and check the flank, it's worth it. Because if you don't check Fleta here, before you even build to your high energy state, it's just an easy engage. It's just this mid-fight power spike that they need. This comp spikes late into the fight. This comp does not spike immediately. It's not a Reaper. You're running Tracer, but once Tracer is in a formidable position, Tracer is just so scary. So, Chengdu, they need to divert some of their attention here. Even if you have to bubble Leave, it's worth it. And in the case where Fleta is, in a great position, I would rather Chengdu give up bot space than fight this. If they fight this, they lose. If they fight, Shanghai's Tracer Pincer fight, that is. Alright, so Fate might take a bit of damage here. This is kind of a wasted biotic field. It's 60 HP. You can just ask Monk to just shoot you once. But it's a 15-second cooldown. It's not even burst heal, so it won't save you from dying. If you're in trouble, that is. And Leave isn't really in trouble. But by you misusing this biotic field, this does kind of remove the room for more aggressive positioning. You see right here, there's a bit of downtime because it's not big downtime, but Leave does have to take cover for a couple seconds, takes another load of damage. Feels also under pressure by Fleta. Can't use biotic field to kind of keep that position, keep that pressure up. So there was 3 or 4 seconds of downtime there that might have been avoided if he didn't misuse that. And Fleta actually gets away. Good call to not fight this too hard. But now, Leave needs to alert his team. Fleta's on the flank, and they're going to engage soon. And sure, they're trying to force preempt this by bubbling Jinmu, and Jinmu's might try to force a bubble, Fates' bubble here. Fates' bubble does get forced, but look at how overextended they are. This is a mistake. They use bubbles. They can't peel. They use one bubble. Did he use another bubble before? They I think Dai Z might still have a bubble, but that's not enough. Look at how far you are. Look at how far Chengdu. Look at how far Chengdu are extended. This is just an easy pincer. Shanghai, even without Winston bubble, they can just engage now. And they win this, probably. Okay, Fate might die here, but doesn't matter. Good nade by Izayaki, but look at how much attention Fleta can draw here. And Fleta just cleans up the kills. So even though they might trade, Fleta's on this flank is just going to be so darn effective. Like, sure, like maybe without the nade, it might have been more close because Fate was down a bubble, but Chengdu, they could force the bubble without having to overextend, so they get the best of both worlds. And this means they won't like fold as easily here. But we see simple positional mistakes decide pretty much like almost every fight in Overwatch 2. Like you have D.Va in Overwatch 1, you can make a bunch of mistakes, you might still survive. Overwatch 2, you make a mistake, you lose the fight. It's as simple as that. Unless you have like a big ult advantage. So Fleta's staging over there, good. But this is like the fatal mistake here. Leave is currently rotating. Leave is out of the fight. But look at this. Chengdu, they should know Izayaki is nano, but they're still this far extended. And Shanghai should recognize this and just engage off of that. Given that Fleta is also on like a pretty good flank. And indeed they do. They use a bubble for Peel. They kill Monk. Okay, this Pulse Bomb was a bit overzealous, given... I think Fleta should have just shot. Given that he still had recall, he didn't have to like really worry that much. I think you could have just shot Jinmu normally, and the bubble would still be forced, and then he could look for that pulse. But Leave gets a trade kill on Lip. This is actually surprising. Like, probably Lip peeked that a bit too hard. So, Shanghai, they don't want to fight the respawn, so they back up. Smart decision. But right here, Fleta's still on the flank. Fleta gets away. Fleta is now behind. And this suddenly puts a shadow on Chengdu's plan. They want to push forward. They want to obviously use the 3 ults are coming up. Maybe even 5. But if Chengdu like pushed up too far without like getting a decisive fight, Fleta's just gonna come from behind, and Fleta has like amazing positioning. Fleta can use this high ground. Fleta has a lot of cover to play around. It's not really open. And Shanghai, despite being down in ults, I still give them a chance in this fight. Even though, given these ults, like this fight should be really hard for Shanghai to win. So, let's see right here. This is a bad peek. Like, leave like kind of way too forward here. Like, honestly, maybe Shanghai. Well, I guess, like, with the bubbles, like, fearing the bubble, Shanghai are not going to hard engage this. And they are a bit far, so... But 61 HP, this might have been an opportunity. But I guess Shanghai, I don't think they should engage, actually. But this is close, like, to Shanghai being able to just engage onto Leave and win here. Leave has to use the biotic field. Chengdu, they're setting up for like the... this rotation is so risky. Like, this is completely unnecessary. Like, I know there's a visor. But, what was this? Like, right now! Like, I saw Fleta behind. This is like an engage. Like, if Fate or Fleta sees this, they just go in. And they will at least easily force the beat. Okay, I think this is a big missed opportunity. I think they were afraid of running into a beat, but they had a beat to match. But like, given how great their positioning was there, I think they could just win this trade. This will just give time for Jinmu to build the Blossom and maybe even Graph. And, you know, in general, you don't want extra long fights against Zarya, of course. Alrighty, so Fleta goes in. Chengdu are using their ults now. I think, despite the beat, Chengdu might win this actually because Zarya will just be so charged. But on the other hand, Fleta started from an amazing position. So, like this trade, I think it's 50-50 on who wins. It depends on the micro, but okay, we trade players here. We trade players. Um Absolutely Shanghai need to like make their play now. Because otherwise high energy Zarya is just gonna outscale you. But okay, let's take a look at how Lip. Let's take a look at Lip. So Lip is visoring from where? Okay, Lip's low HP. Lip's low HP. Nobody focuses Lip for some reason. I'm not sure. Well, where was Lip? Where did Lip? Oh, holy shit! Lip is so low. Like, did Izayaki at sleep? But how did Lip get away with this? Like, this is a good flank, but 27 HP. Like, sure, like Zari gets a kill on Izayaki, but nobody can test Lip. Like I don't know where Nisha was, but I don't know. Can't see it like that clearly. But Lip was like so low. So like we see just bad target priority here. Like shifting this fight. Like this fight started relatively equal. Like don't get me wrong, but Lip was just able to clutch that because he just literally rode into Chengdu's flank and just shot like visored for free. While Leave was just kind of visoring from main. So, alright, Fled is set up behind again. That's the power of the Tracer. That's why I think, like, if you're playing Winston, you should be playing Tracer. Like, it just offers, like, real, like Reaper, if you're playing Winston Reaper, you kind of have to beat the Zarya comp, like, at the start of the fight. Otherwise, Reaper just doesn't get stronger as the fight progresses. Reaper can't really do these elaborate setups. But Tracer, give Tracer, like, even 10 seconds or so, Tracer's in the backline. Like, Tracer's, like, such a powerful, like, part of the fight. So, Fleta's behind. Fleta has a pulse. And Fleta sees Leave immediately. From Shanghai, they look to complete this fight. And Shanghai have a pulse. Okay, that being said, like, this was a good attempt. It was, like, a bit over... It might have been a tad bit over aggressive. But on the other hand, it's not. This could have been a kill, actually. Great nade from Izayaki. And eventually, the rest of Shanghai, they just push up. Now, let's see what Chengdu could have done differently here. Like, Shanghai's setup and execution, they did this with good tempo. They recognize the situation, forces Chengdu to use a bunch of cooldowns, probably. Or, you know, did they even use, like, a bunch of cooldowns, or did it just kind of all follow HP? But on the other hand, let's take a look at Chengdu. So, like, this is just way too overextended. Like, I know you want to contest cart, but you do not have the tools to position here. You know that Fleta's behind. You cannot step here. You need to, like, stay here where Fleta's flank is not a flank. Like, Fleta's would just be going from main if Chengdu just played here. And just try to like, you know, maybe put some bubble on Leave even. But just try, like, zone off the Winston and build energy. But They're just taking the fight way too fast here. Like, even if Leave was overextended like this, and like this is kind of worse for supporting Leave, but if the rest of Chengdu's backline here, they might have a small chance of getting away. But like this point should be hard to attack. But they just completely throw this based on their positioning. Like, and okay, ult advantage, sure, but you can't just blame ult advantage for this alone. Okay, so Shanghai, they still have pulse. They get the second checkpoint. Questionable engage. There's like Lip is out of the fight here. This should be kind of communicated actually. Interesting, but and Lip does eventually get forward, but it's too late. And like, there's really no clean pincer. Shanghai, like, they're just kind of still 4v4, but like this is too far. This is outside Shanghai's effective range. Like all Shanghai really have to do here is like try to hold the space, wait for the bot to push here, and then consider taking space with like maybe primal, maybe like use like the visor. But this is a bit too overambitious. Lip is also kind of overextended given that he has no biotic field. Okay, just gets out in time. And Chengdu, they're trying to push Lip, but this is just so overextended though. I'm not sure how much energy like Zarya has, but regardless, unless Zarya has like 100 energy and self bubbles, use the self bubble here. Still is this overextended. They're trying to punish Fate, I guess, but they haven't even cleared Fleta out yet. So why are they pushing up this far? Yeah, this is just Shanghai win. I think Shanghai just wins this. Shanghai wins this fight. Surely. Like, they have to use the visor, but Zarya's gonna take so much aggro. And Zarya gets the nano. And the nano saves them. The rest of Chengdu are kind of low. Maybe Izayaki even dies here, but like Monk gets traded out. Let's see what Monk had to do. Monk had to push to support the Zarya. Monk had to push to the bridge, but if you push to the bridge, guess what happens? Fleta kind of slowly kills you. Not sure if it's even Fleta in this clip. Okay, let's go to the part where Monk. It's actually Fate, but Fate is primaling and trading. But still, you don't clear the flank. That's what happens. Fleta's farming a lot of pulse bomb here, which means that he is getting like a ton of damage. But like that like in that like failure to control that flank. Okay, Blip over here. They're trying to push their advantage. Like, sure, Blip's probably trying to just push this like 2-player lead, but this is like mistimed by like 1 or 2 seconds. Lip needed to Lip needed to like chill here, like chill around here until Fate and Fleta is actually drawing Zarya's aggro. And like this might actually save Chengdu to an extent because it means I guess Shanghai they're just going to like play this low. They're just going to like give a bit of card space, They might actually go for a tempo play, but given that there's Grav on the table, Grav's like very powerful defensively, like against the Winston comp. But they'd have beat for this. But this these two ults plus the fact that Chengdu have good spawns means that I'm leaning towards Shanghai not going on this, even though Fleta has this flank. Guess they're gonna play this cautiously, which is good. Fate dies for some reason. So what happened? Fate gets aggroed from by Reaper. Now, like Izayaki does pop the nano, presumably on Fate, and like this is the right choice because Fleta should be calling, "Oh shit, I'm on Soldier," and the moment that Fleta calls this, Shanghai, they know they have an opportunity. They want to use ults to capitalize on it. But that's how like comms. This is how like a good comm should go. It should be based on. It should be based on like not just someone dictating all the plays, but individual players calling out all the opportunities and players supporting each other, not just like a dictator. But they actually nano lip. Nano DPS is semi-common. And often it's the play, just because nano DPS does help your main tank a lot. It means that a lot of the aggro gets taken off you by all the damage before they can even burst your main tank. But in this situation, where's Lip? Where's Lip, actually? Hey, Lip isn't in a particularly good position. They should just nano Fate. And like, given they're beating this, they're grabbing. I'm not sure why Li Zhengong doesn't pop the pop beat here. I mean, this was too slow. Okay, the moment this graph gets popped, I want beat drop. I mean, I can't blame Li Zhengong for this actually. But this nano like not Winston, like nano soldier was kind of a throw. It secures the fight. Unfortunate. Okay, but Fleta's still alive and has a pulse bomb. This is big. This is really big for Shanghai. Where did Fleta set up actually? Like, and also like look at all the positions that Fleta potentially has. Again, like this high ground, all this cover, so many angles of approach. Tracer is just so good on this map. I'm just gonna say this. Tracer is amazing. Like even though Tracer does weaken like at the endpoints, attacking the endpoints is hard anyways. So like the map is all about taking just the first 50, 60 meters, and Tracer's like just fucking amazing, like fucking amazing at that. Sorry. So like pulse bomb, instant like instant engage opportunity. Like they might be worried about this, but like they don't want Chengdu to just, unless Shanghai have some ult they want to play towards. Maybe it's Visor. Like they like Shanghai absolutely don't want to play slow despite this, because if they play slow, they're just gonna face this. But Zarya now is high energy. They have time to set up, and you don't really have any like other good scaling. Like you don't have like a Zen or like a Pharah. So like you might as well go for the tempo play. Like once like your Tracer is kind of at full strength, and this is a full strength Tracer. Tracer like on the flank, just one blink towards the backline. So Shanghai go for the tempo engage. They're trading. They get Li Zhengong. I think this trade is relatively equal given the ults. Okay, this is a bit hard to dissect. Okay, pulse bomb miss. Like if that pulse bomb hit, it would be obviously really big. Might have gone 2 or 3, but it doesn't. Okay, let's look at Fleta here. Fleta uses a blink. Okay, perhaps the timing here was a bit sus. I think Fleta would not have to had used this extra blink to engage to like dodge damage if Fate just jumped before. So this engage was kind of not that clean. And this leaves Fleta with 0 blinks when Fate, like if Fleta had a blink here, like one more blink here, it would have been easier to confirm these kills. So just a micro mistake. Like Overwatch 2, unlike Overwatch 1, I'd say like the core of the fights at least are decided by micro, not macro alone. Like a lot of the fights in Overwatch 1, it feels kind of like micro. Like even though it does matter, it might not be the deciding factor. But right here, and what else could have they done better? Okay, Li Zhanggan. Li Zhanggan's in kind of. I mean, Li Zhanggan like wanted to speed Fate, I guess. More specifically, speed the backline, but like he doesn't want to be this far forward. It might have been a mistake. I don't know without the full replay. Lip does get the trade. Chengdu actually win the trade, but it's just like a probably potentially 2 micro mistakes there. And the fact that Chengdu have just an alt lead. I doubt they win like this easily. Like I think the win will be really hard without these alts. Like Leave gets a push up, but look at how low Leave went. I think Leave did take a bootload of damage. I mean, Leave does recover. Like Leave doesn't actually dip that low. But like this, but Fleta like not having that extra blink might have been costly in punishing and allowed Leave to just push up like this. Okay, so Fleta's on the flank again. He's actually gonna. Really risky. I think you just keep hiding. Oh, Leave actually does scout. A bit of a sus place to hide, but I think he had no other choice. Maybe hiding there would have been better, more unexpected. And this is pretty tough. Alrighty. So Fleta just escapes. Fate goes for a tempo engage. They have an ult advantage. They have the primal. They know Fleta's behind. But how does Chengdu die here? That's my question. Okay. I know Chengdu has to push this bot, obviously. They are like running out of time. But on the other hand, look at Fate. What Fate's able to do. Fate can like is able to just okay. Pause frame. Reaper needs to get his ass over here. Or even position, I think, here, but well, this would probably just be a wasted TP, I guess, but Fate should not be able to progress this far. And if they see this, like, and they don't have bubbles to fight this, Jinmu is low here. If they can't fight this, they do just back up for a bit, and like they take their time to clear this, to clear Fate. And if they Fate primals, you might make some space, but at least you'll live. At least you'll build the beat as well. Bonus, but they cannot let this happen. This is a big mistake. In Shanghai, they just win this fight. Positional mistake again. They can't even use this because, well, like I would have expected maybe Nano Jinmu to match this tempo. It's not like they have much time anyways. But Chengdu, their hesitance to use resources here is just costly as well. Like, sure, maybe they want to save these ults to use like here. It's easier to win the fight here, but they're out of time. And Shanghai, they can just cycle with the nano. It's not like they use everything. I mean, like, all right. So, so Lips on the high ground. Someone needs to clear this. Anyone? Like maybe like Bubble Jinmu with like the nano. TP up here, clear Lip, drop on the back line. Simple play. But Lip on the high ground. This is so powerful. Okay. Beat. Nisha had to beat them. They just threw this whole game. They just threw this whole map. But with this map comes the game. It's a dirty trade, but it's gonna burn that time off the clock. And it's not even that expensive a fight. They didn't use anything, but they still got these kills despite Chengdu committing nano. How did Fleta progress this far? No pressure, no pressure, no pressure. Where's Fleta? Fleta takes 0 damage. Fleta takes 0 damage. Fleta takes 0 damage. Chengdu. Damn. And back. And like Chengdu, like they get the cart push, but they lose like lose like so much time, and they need to wait for respawns here. And Fleta's on the flank again. Good flank. Better flank this time. Fleta just goes for the same thing again. Even though he might be a bit far away from the fight. Okay, so they get Izayaki. Fleta is a bit late, I think, here. Oh. No, actually, Fleta was on time. Fleta just blinked in too early. That's why he had to recall. But overall, let's take a look here. It's getting to OT, so Chengdu kind of have to extend a bit far. And Lip's just able to go there for free. And this is actually a really powerful position from Lip. Ooh, this flank. Like really good flank. Actually, like even if they focus Lip, they don't have time to do this. Lip knows that the clock's being drained, so they're not going to clearing angles is gonna be like on their mind. That's actually an amazing play. Really good play, actually. Like, really good. And they have the tempo advantage with the ults. So you might as well just go for the more aggressive play. So a lot of things like had to go right for you to be able to make that. But Lip realizes it's one of those moments and makes that play. Okay, Lip might eventually die here, but... And also, Chengdu, despite trading... Okay, where's Izayaki? Like, at the same time, like, this bold, aggressive play from Leave is also good. So, like, both soldiers actually make good plays here. But Chengdu, they just have the ult advantage. But it should not have been this close, ideally. And Chengdu, they have the chance to win the next fight. Mm, desperation. Just desperation. This is really bad. And oh, that flank need tempt at least, but get the monk. That's enough. And without the Reaper to like help take space, it's over. They have no way of winning this at all. Even if it was a neutral fight. So, anyways, hope this was helpful. Peace.